really well against you, where they're playing so fast that they're actually catching you in these shenanigans. They did play correctly, but I think ultimately this is a playstyle that Liquid is probably the most adept at in the world. And it's not surprising to me that Liquid did look to outclass LGD when it just came to this drafting and how to work this lineup.
All right, so we're going to focus on the second game here. Do they need to change their strategy? Because if you're saying that if you're playing this strategy, Liquid's going to win regardless, is that really something that you want to, don't you want to just switch it up so that you force Liquid to play something that they're not comfortable with? And I know that is very difficult to do, you guys.
10 seconds.
It's very difficult to put Team Liquid on an uncomfortable draft. So
Cuddle is such a big problem because it also prevents you from being able to play a fast style that takes objectives quickly. That was never an option for LGD when it comes to drafting, right? They had to scale naturally, because you can't just like, oh, they're gonna play this pressure side lane game, well, let's just pick up like a DK and go high ground against them. You can't do that because Coddle's like the most superior high ground defender of all the supports. So
and you're not gonna first phase ban a Coddle or a Beastmaster. Those heroes are not really worth it as a ban. So they're kind of in a pickle in terms of the pick ban phase. So I think last game they straight up Chen Enchantress ban, right? Like they're now considering going for another ban instead.
Enchantress wasn't banned at all.
Oh, okay.
It's just ignored previous game.
Well, you definitely banned Tiny, right? Because you can't afford to give up first pick Tiny to Liquid, especially because they could just second pick Wisp.
By the way, is somebody smoking in this venue?
I mean, they can. I mean,
you gonna call them out, Lumi?
That's just legal.
Is it legal? There's not.
Go flame.
There's no way it's legal.
You can smoke in the hotel. I've seen the little smoky ashtrays.
They just ignore the signs.
Yes.
That's all. Just
but why is there an ashtray in the hallway?
There's literally a no smoking sign on that wall, Shiver. Or does that say exit?
Oh, I think you are right. I think there is 1 or 2 floors that you can smoke.
Like smoking rooms and floors.
Yeah.
But not everywhere, right?
Yeah.
That is the one thing I remember disliking about China.
Just the one thing.
Just the one. Nothing
Shiva, are you implying there's more things to dislike?
I'm like if there's one thing that you dislike about China, it's the smoking thing?
Yeah. People just like smoke. Everywhere.
I hated that about Germany as well. When I was living there, there's just like so many smokers.
One thing about humanity is that
goddamn humans smoking up the place.
All right. Back to the draft. We got Naga ban coming out. We got the Lone Druid. LGD banned out. Still a bit of a respect ban. In the end, it just forces you into the style of play that you do not want to deal with. It's just you want to focus on your own game. In previous game, sure they could do the team fights, but they couldn't actually execute the plan that they had in mind. And the Razor gets removed now as well.
Have you talked to Kyle recently? Is he still on the Razor hate train? Because I know he hates the heroes.
Dwindles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, I think you have to be open to the hero. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Has he come around?
Very strong.
You ask him tomorrow. Saturday.
Yo, the Meteor Hammer is so good.
Yeah, the Meteor Hammer was good.
Naga Siren? Yeah. I can't believe I would rather like leave Lone Druid out there than give Liquid Tiny.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Scary, and as you said, the IO is still in the pool as well because didn't ban that out. So there's a chance that they're going up against the IO Tiny of Liquid, which is.
For me, the problem is Lone Druid doesn't give you like the threatened power of Lone Druid is a little bit more one-dimensional, whereas Tiny Wisp can split push you just as well, almost as well as a Lone Druid, and it can simultaneously be such a good team fight. It's such a unique combo pair.
So how do you prepare for it?
How do you deal with it? Usually, like AoE control is pretty good. Naga Siren, obviously, if it was still in the pool, would have been excellent. Disruptor.
I've seen one in Galaxy Battle, casting Team Spirit. They just pick DK Phobos Venomancer every time. You get a Gale on that guy, or you're using Plague Works to scout him out.
Yeah.
Poison Nova, very good. Just kind of whittle him down. DK Phobos just play the shit out of against Tiny every time I see him versus Tiny. So
10 seconds remaining.
Who knows? Not really LGD's type of hero. But
I haven't seen Chalice do the off-lane Venomancer.
No. I mean, this looks like it's gonna be a Chalice Omni Knight, right? There's
yes.
IO.
Yes.
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
You know what my favorite part of that game was? was that FY picked up the meteor hammer, and you saw the very first time he picked it up, he whiffed the shit out of it. It was just like he totally airballed it. But then every single time afterwards, he got the timing perfectly. And I think that's just so cool to watch like somebody pick up the timing very easily like that.
Yeah.
Like you or I would be fumbling for it like 4 more times before we finally got it down, you know?
There was another very key mistake with Song where I think Storm Pop is like 10 or 9 second BKB. And then there was a song in the middle of that, and I think the LGD coach was saying, what the hell's going on? Now Storm can't do anything.
By the way, Chalice is undefeated on Omni Night.
There's a first for everything.
I was about how many games is that? Like
3.
3. Yeah, I was gonna guess 3. It's like it's definitely less than 5.
Undefeated in the time.
I'm not sure if Charles has ever played Omni Night in his life before he joined LGD.
Turn to ban.
I was hyped for Chalice because I was looking through his heroes and I was just like, oh, this guy's like me, man. He's like clockwork bat, right? He's aggressive. Then I see his LGD games. And
yeah,
I'm like,
I was gonna say, I only looked at his LGD games and I'm like,
Omni,
you know, Tanky,
Underlord,
Tidehunter, Brewmaster, Faceless Void.
I mean, the thing is, like, I think they picked him up for that reason, right? He plays the heroes that don't need farm, like Clockwork, and and it fits with Ame and maybe. But now they picked him on farming hero regardless. I don't know.
LGD's turn.
So Ame in this role, right? We have an Omni Knight, we have an SF. Presumably Ame is going to have a bit more of an aggressive style hero like the Gyrocopter carry that we saw from the first game. I don't think it's bad versus Tiny Wisp either. But that's for later in the picks.
10 seconds remaining.
In the meanwhile, I still think Disruptor's quite strong here.
Lycan is still in the pool as well. I mean, if you're looking at LGD, they will go for the Disruptor. Nice call.
And then maybe other Titans band, maybe Earth Spirit or...
You're saying this for Team Liquid right now?
No, for LGD, I was thinking like the other...
Because this is the X-Nova hero, right? Disruptor.
I actually like Naga over all of that. Because, I mean, we've seen the...
Oh, Naga's banned though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have been down for first pick Naga against the Tiny.
Kuroki Rubik. The original.
They didn't ban it. They have Omni Knight. They didn't ban it.
Before FY Rubik, there was Kuroki Rubik.
5 seconds remaining.
That's true.
For Kuroki Rubik.
There was no other Rubik. It was just Kuro.
I mean, there were other Rubiks,
but not
at that level. Yeah.
I'm getting frowns here. Are you frowning? No? Okay.
For what reason?
That's right. Look away.
They just both turned their heads, our commentators, as I said that, and it's like...
Team Liquid's turn to
no, and we getting the thumbs up, so good. Sand King now for LGD.
Sand King into the Rubik. How has this meta evolved? Damn. I don't know about that pick.
Kuro's loving life. He's like, oh, sick. Burrow Strike, Omni Heals.
How are we seeing this in terms of lanes?
What's that?
Is this an FY Sand King?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. That would be really weird if they were like Ame Sand King.
No, maybe Chalice Sand King and an Omni Knight support, you know?
Omni Knight needs farm, a ton of farm. So I think FY's position for Sand King used to be one of his best heroes. I've seen him do some crazy stuff. He was able to dodge an X Torrent combination in the middle of an X. He got X back, but Burrow Strike out of the Torrent. Like, it was
mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing stuff. Like, this guy knows his timing. But into Rubik, I don't know, dude.
It is a nice like AoE team fighter in that regard. Any of those AoE control / damage is always going to be pretty good versus Tiny Wisp. It's just unfortunate that Rubik is getting so much value here as a third pick.
See what Liquid goes for.
They could pick up like the
I mean, they can
maybe
keep
Pugna's
open.
too squishy here.
They can keep open who's playing Tiny, right? They want to?
They can, yeah. And they are, I think.
Yeah, because we saw Mind Control Tiny previously. There's a Lycan still. I mean, we know it's going to be Matuma and Lycan. There's really no other option. Well, there is, but there shouldn't be. Let's put it that way.
Lycan versus Disruptor is always very rough for the Disruptor.
10 seconds.
You can glimpse away the wolves. There's still 5 other things on you.
Yep.
5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to
All right, we got a Tinker ban out from LGD, so they're expecting the Mind Control Tiny again. We saw, by the way, Liquid went for the aggressive tri-lane on the IO Tiny. You feel like they might do that again now that they picked up the Lycan? Lycan is a hero that can do quite well by himself.
I think they need a way to see the core of LGD. Last time LGD picked Sven into the Lycan as a counter, right?
Yeah. I was thinking Sven or Gyrocopter, and I'm thinking, like, if I'm Liquid, maybe I ban the Sven. Then LGD picks up a Gyrocopter, which we've heard some of the Western teams are quite happy with, the Lycan versus Gyro. Yet some of the Chinese teams still pick it anyway.
I mean, if there's a Sven pick, Rubik's like, haha, more Stormhammer, Warcry every time.
He's going to be very happy then. I mean, he is already happy.
And Sven is quite a slow hero, which is part of the problem with, because you have Omni Knight and SF.
I guess on the bright side, he can't steal them all. Right? He's got to choose. Omni Knight or Sand King. Or Disruptor. What you going to choose?
I mean, the thing is, he's always stealing an AoE stun, right? If it's a Stormhammer or
the
Burrow
Omni Knight doesn't have an AoE stun.
I mean...
But he can steal the Repel to make the Burrow Strike that he's not stealing not working out for them. Terrorblade last ban.
Terrorblade is an interesting ban. I didn't think that they were worried about that at all. I guess you are running Tiny as a melee core.
LGD's turn to pick.
Yeah, Reflection would be relatively good here. And a Quap.
So is this an IO Tiny safe off lane then? Or is Rubik going to join them?
Could just be MC playing Quap.
Because Lycan versus Omni Knight, quite okay for the Lycan?
Yeah, Omni Knight's going to get farm too, which I think LGD would be happy about.
Okay. Well, and their last pick goes to the Phantom Lancer, so they'll still have Ame on that. Again, it's one of his most played, most successful heroes.
Huh?
I was going to say he's 9 out of 10, but then he just lost previous game, so he's 9 out of 11 now in terms of win rate.
Yeah, win rate just going down, down.
That's what happens. But is it going to continue happening? That's the question. What does LGD need to do this game, Cap?
So LGD, the PL, Omni Knight, SF, they're going to have to do a lot with their supports in this game. A lot of pressure is on them to be able to slow down the laning phase of Team Liquid, because they've got this Lycan that's going to be farming up, and like you can't really threaten him very well because he'll oftentimes just go jungle. You've got Tiny Wisp, which is really hard to gank into as well, because I mean GH is just really good on the hero, so he plays his spacing very well. Hard to catch that hero. And then what MCs is a Quap, which I guess that's the one hero maybe you could shut down.
I mean, they might put MC on Tiny. And then Quap mid. So
they could just easily do that.
So what does Liquid need to do?
Liquid just need to survive. I feel like they've got 3 core heroes that's going to outscale.
Yeah.
They just play slow.
Survive, play the late game, and they're Gucci. All right, we're going to find out what's going to happen here. It is time for the second game of our winners bracket finals here for Group A. Over to Lyrical and Fog.
Thank you so much, Shiva, on the panel. And yet again, game number 2, Team Liquid versus LGD. My man Fogged. It's a bit of a different draft. There's another PL in it, but no Lone Druid this time. How you feeling about it?
We got maybe Shadow Fiend. I mean, he did dismantle complexity earlier with it, but I'm gonna go back and say that's the first time I've heard Shiva ever say Gucci. Pointing that one out, guys. But I did like it.
That's great.
This should be fun. LGD's got a lot more team fight aspect in this lineup, because last time they had a little bit more of they need to stall the game really and take it on. While this time it's a little bit of the opposite. LGD wants to come out ahead in the laning to not get run over, so then they can actually take these mid-game fights. But Liquid picked more of these like lane dominators with that Queen of Pain last pick.
You know, you're talking a little bit about change in style. You saw there of the player shots that they definitely look a lot more serious, a lot more intense, maybe feeling a little bit upset about that last game. It's definitely frustrating to play against the Lone Druid and, of course, end up going down in that one. But on the other side, Liquid, they're feeling very comfortable with themselves. We went into the back room. GH was just looking. He's like, "You see, I died again. They kept killing me."
Yeah. It was actually really funny hearing him back there.
Yeah.
We're like, "So GH, was that Timbersaw recall intentional?" And he's like, "No, but we can say yes." So that was, I mean, I love talking to those guys. I love when we get time to actually like sit back with them and watch like the replays and the highlights of the games and get their thoughts as well.
Definitely.
It's really neat.
Well, Rune's going to be traded out here. LGD going to pick up 2. Look like Liquid will secure 2 runes for Miracle as well. Make his way off to the mid lane where already there's a little bit of a block going on for him. But Matumba Man going into the off lane 1v1 versus the Omni Knight.
Yeah, they wanted that matchup. They want the Lycan versus Omni, and they want the Tiny versus that PL.
Well, we're going to have the classic 2v2 in the mid lane. You know, you talked about the lane domination that you get out of the Queen of Pain. Does that really change a lot when you get others as the toss goes out onto FY? Does it change to less dominant when you got a bunch of heroes in the mid lane?
It's 2 ranged heroes, and Disruptor is not one of those really strong laners. Can get punished super heavily. If he gets lifted out of position, he can actually just die to the right clicks from these 2. So I think that Liquid is a little bit happier with their mid lane matchups.
Well, and taking a look at this little matchup as well up top. Tiny and Io, the classic combination. Can be a little bit rough sometimes, at least at level 1, if GH doesn't take enough damage to get that heal coming through. But later on, you know, level 2, you got overthrow. I keep wanting to say overthrow, but overcharge as well as mind control. Looking to try and take out Ame here. They have the toss back onto GH, the burrow strike to try and turn it. X-Nova's made this rotation as well, and now GH trying to walk away from it. He is going to be able to outplay them and just back away with the bottle there. The regen coming in. They're going in with Kuro. The lift, the pullback. Ame in no man's land. He does still manage to at least get a little bit of a slow off GH. Another toss. They're throwing that guy out of the game. Now burrow strike onto Kuro. The walk away. Fade bolt lowering it down. They get the bottle regen onto him as well. FY in trouble. They find 2.
Clutch rotation coming out from Kuro there. It almost looked a bit scary for a second, but as soon as they saw Kuro coming in, they're like, oh. And really nice toss back plays by MC.
Yeah, I think did he toss him 3 times?
And he did toss him 3 times.
He doesn't need the talent.
That delicious mana, dude, that delicious mana cost. It's only 90 at level 1. It makes it so much better for those senses. Kuro could be in some trouble here.
Well, GH is there to hold his hand, and they just back out, so why? Does he have boots? FY's moving and scutting along pretty fast right there, as they'll be able to, again, force away that Sand King.
Applies the caustic on GH, and an instant lane switch coming out from LGD. They send the PL bottom so that he can actually farm, because it's too much pressure versus Tiny and Io. That's why we've been seeing, I mean, Tiny being picked so often, and I was a bit surprised to actually see them pick that PL into the Tiny.
Oh,
mid lane.
They got themselves SF, maybe trying to turn this one. He gets 2 raises, not a 3rd though, and FY used his stun on Miracle. So these 2 are gonna gen back up yet again, and Miracle thinking about going back in. This guy's crazy.
Man. GH getting bottom rune too. Rune control, super important as IO. That's why we've been seeing a lot of teams not picking it so much. Oh, the toss back, MC into the tower.
Again. Yeah, and he is in no man's land now. The slow Tumble Man, he's blocked by his wolves, so. Oh, he took 1 more hit. Look at that. They're gonna chase him down. He's got enough regen. Yeah. And the Sav is there also.
That was a bit closer than I thought it would be.
Mid. Kuro caught again, pulled back in, finds the kill. GH now also in trouble. They need to get the TP out of there, and GH is gone. 1 to 3, a lot of lane switching going on.
Yep.
Omni Knight is top CS right now, though. In spite of against that Lycan early on, he's still having a good time.
That's a trade farm lane. Neither of them can really pressure each other so much, because Lycan has such an absurd amount of regen. Omni kind of works in the same way with Purification.
So do you think we're going to keep on seeing these rotations around with LGD trying to make stuff happen, or do you think that things are going to settle down a little bit?
I think now they're going to start to settle. The supports, of course, are going to be moving, but I think the core heroes, now they've got the matchups that they wanted.
The go call as
Matu looks so serious.
And it does.
I don't think I've ever seen him look that serious in person.
Well, we get to see it through there. It's a little blurry, but it's fine. Miracle down on low HP here and has 8 stick charges.
Yeah, it looks like he ate a double raise.
There's something, I don't remember who it was that was talking about it, but he always ends up trying to buy a ton of sticks and fairy fires in his mid lane matchups, looking for that outplay.
He always does look for the outplay. I mean, this is the Queen of Pain, the build that we've been seeing a lot. Just double no wand. He can even get a raindrop out so he can survive a bit more, but first wanting to make sure he can have that sustain. Bottle is a dead item on mid heroes. Oh look, a regen top. See that one? Maybe does not want him to get that.
I mean,
Oh, but unable to stop it.
yeah, that's a Queen of Pain, right?
Yep.
Like, you're gonna get that. Bottom lane, there was a rotation by the IO, and
Oh wow, they actually moved Ame up top. I guess that they rotated bottom with the Tiny, so they had to rotate away.
All right.
So just wanted to keep that matchup going. They want to have the PL versus Lycan so we can free farm.
Punish, punish, punish whenever possible. GH looking to slow down. There's no points in repel right now for Omni-Knight. A little bit wary as soak up experience on the other side of the trees.
Just trying to keep that pressure up.
But they got him.
The smoke.
FY here as well. Abatos trying to run. They focus now onto GH, but he's away from that kinetic field, and Mind Control's still beating away here at FY. And well, GH, now they've got the regen coming in from the IO. He's always there to help out his buddy. As FY trying to run away, they're still chasing. Kuro's going to be there with the lift also if they need to. Another toss-up, another Fade Bolt, and they get that kill. Now Chalice, maybe going to be body blocked as well as he's run off the other side. Wants to hit Kuro, doesn't connect the Purification. The toss back onto the creeps. Chalice, he's left all alone. He does have a TP off cooldown now, but disables are abound. And Chalice trying to see if he can make this happen, but another lift, another catch, another turn. Avalanche can't go for the TP, but they bring in more. It doesn't even need to be. They take down IO.
Liquid stacked their disables there with the toss and the lift, but it was also going to be a little bit tough to bring it down with the sinking rotation.
Yeah.
But they're keeping the pressure going on the side of Liquid. And this is creating that space for that top lane. You see Lycan full free farming, Queen of Pain getting that trade farm versus Shadow Fiend, and here they go again.
Does have a Purification, but the toss back, well, orbs are going to connect, and they get that kill onto the Omni-Knight.
The raindrops being a big deal here for LGD. One of the best items, if not the best item versus Tiny early game. That's why the hero kind of died at one point till he got changed, was that raindrop item. So we will be seeing a lot of those picked up in this early game.
Again, trying to chase with the spirits, but not going to be there. Chalice shows up as well. You know, taking a look at the CS, it still looks like LGD is having a great time in all three of their lanes, but the net worth still skewed a little bit into the favor of Liquid.
Yeah, just with all those rotations from the lanes, right?
Yeah.
Having to get Ame always up versus that Lycan, not versus that Tiny. Very important for them. Atu looks like he might be rotating toward mid, perhaps, for a shapeshift play to kind of go for that dive. He's dominating a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he wants to. They want to dive this Shadow Fiend.
Summon all the heroes. X-Nova there. They go forward. The burrow, though, to turn it. This could end up working out okay. He pops the mango, but maybe he's already gone.
Man.
They find two with that Sonic Wave, and now FY going to be blocked in and, well, clapped at as well as they slow him down. Don't quite hit with the Scream. Another burrow onto 3, but it's just delaying the inevitable. FY falls also.
Love those kind of rotations when you see Lycan players do that. They just leave their lane as soon as they hit 6, grab a creep with Dominator, and go. Especially versus a hero like Shadow Fiend, who's very susceptible to those heroes that can just run at you. Good aggression coming out from Liquid. Even though LGD were kind of there ready for it, just they got outnumbered.
Really speaks to the strength of that hero, Lycan.
Can they get the glimpse? X-Nova's trying to.
I mean, they're also doing a lot of damage with these guys.
It's on cooldown still. I didn't realize he only was level 1.
Tomato's just punching him. Now he's going to back out again as they find that kill. So that's a good bit of gold going the way of maybe.
Yep. Acquiring some souls as well.
Why? Gets hit with the dagger. They're thinking about going in. I always want to pause as they're having some audio issues, it looks like. But they have 4 heroes here mid. What's the situation with TP on the PL and others? Would they want to make a rotation if a fight breaks out?
If it's a dive, yeah. I think it'd be more likely be the Omni-Knight who should TP.
Okay.
Since PL's now getting a lot of space up top. There's no one there contesting him. He's hitting tower.
2 to 8. Quick look at the players here. Figure out what the heck's going on. GH looks happy about it.
He's playing IO. Of course he's happy, man.
When is that guy not happy?
They're having some issues.
So it is kind of one of those situations too in the early game where hear the balls perfectly.
Yeah, definitely.
They look so happy. Giggling away.
But still some problems. But yeah, looking at this laning phase, I mean, it's still super even. Liquid may be getting a little bit of advantage of that gold and that experience just because of all those kills early on. But, you know, as we said, kills early on, they're not as impactful as they were once. Still going to help a bit because getting these kills does allow GH to have that rune control as the IO, which I think is the most important for them in the early game, so he can keep that aggression going from lane to lane.
Right. seeing those level 6s come out as well. Those first couple of ones, they used them perfectly in concert. You've got that Lycan shapeshift like you were talking about, and then set up with the same time that the Queen of Pain got 6.
Yeah, that was a perfect rotation by Liquid coming out there.
And
LGD,
likewise, it was LGD like being prepared for it, but
yeah. They need to have, I mean, if anything, they have the Omni there, but he can't, predicting those type of movements is just pretty much impossible. It was too fast by Liquid.
people always say play fast. Is that what they talk about? Those types of movements? Or just, okay.
It's just about the no hesitation, right? It's not like, oh, he's level 8 and then he does that shapeshift gang. No, it was like level 6, dominates the creep, gets the hell in there as soon as they hit the co-op 6, like you were saying. It looks like they have fixed the issue. Hopping back into the game.
Patiently waiting off to the side as well. Doesn't look too happy about it.
The level 6s will be pretty neat because probably the big one for the other big one for the supports on the side of Liquid is that Rubik 6, since he's playing versus that Omni Knight and Sand King. He can get some very nice steals, as the panel was mentioning. First Requiem first Shadow Fiend later, he can get Requiem and stuff too. But more so, you'll be stealing from Omni and Sand King in the mid.
Great spells. Or Glimpse. Amazing too.
Bit harder to get.
Right.
Omni, you're always going to get something good. You're going to get Repel, you're going to get Heal, you're going to get GA. Those are dream. They're going to put Kuro in that off lane to try to get his levels up.
And low on mana, but perfectly fine with everything.
Oh, the stun?
Stomp. Nicely done. Toss the hit. He's gone.
Woo. As soon as he runs next to a Tiny, he just gets walloped.
As soon as they start the game, he gets walloped. That's gotta feel bad. He's like sitting around this whole time. I gotta wait some more. My goodness. Chalice now spots out Kuro. Gonna try and push him away so we can't get that level 60. But of course, there's not really here you can bowl with. He's gonna TP to the bottom, where it looks like maybe they want to mount a defense.
Should be a hard one though.
Yeah,
this tower looks quite dead here. However, they're bringing more heroes in. They should be able to get some catches, at least on GH.
Well, a lot of damage, getting that extra movement speed. They turn it back around, though. There's the stomp onto 2. They're trying to deal the damage here. They did take down Io, but is it going to cost them too much? Matumba Man decides he doesn't want to be here anymore. Ame is going to chase him till the ends of the earth. The wolf is being run. No, he canceled it. He wasn't able to make it happen. So, at the end of the day, Lycan is fast enough.
Lycan is definitely fast enough. They get GH, but lose the tower.
Done there by Mike. Holding that last hit as well. Plays.
2K lead for Liquid. Now the supports, this is where we see the level 6 come out, but now top, Ame again gets tossed up.
Oh, Spirit's hitting. He wants to go at GH, but this is, again, a lot of damage. Stick is there. Raise on 1. Can they do any more? They pull him back in. They've got the overcharge. They're trying to do it. They almost find the kill there onto Ame. Maybe another toss trying to hide in the trees. He is hiding away there as Mind Control throws the avalanche. Ame doesn't want to go back in to help him out. They wait for the toss, and then they go in. Great play by LGD. Miracle shows up, though, and maybe enough space has been made, and Miracle finishes him off.
Ame's illusion micro just really playing with Liquid there. That was beautiful. Liquid does get a kill now bottom on that Disruptor while he's trying to get 6. I love when I see those kind of plays, though. The little, like, juke back and forth. They're like, oh, he has 17 stick charges. He runs away, re-engages over and over again. Both of them were toying with that. Mind Control with those 17 stick charges. Ame as well. Same thing with Maybe. Those kind of battles are great early on.
Well, and that's the type of thing that I think people might not have been expecting. If you haven't been paying attention to the Chinese scene, people just hear about Newbie, this great team. They're expecting to see Newbie Liquid in the finals, but LGD is a powerhouse. Yeah. It's really a great bunch of guys playing Dota. And
super high skilled individual players. Their mechanics are top notch.
Tumble Man again gonna keep the pressure on with the catapult here. Does he have Dominator up to take that catapult?
It is off cooldown if he wants to. He does have the troll on it for now.
It's not falling yet is the nice part. Is Miracle.
Miracle goes for a dive. He gets the Disruptor.
Mid lane, maybe some more action still going on as they're looking for the chase, and GH trying to get him out of there is not going to happen. They lose GH, and Doppelganger again to take that off. FY takes some damage. Miracle backs out.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Liquid will be able to claim another tower here early on with Lycan, getting a good surge of gold for his supports. The level 6s are online on the supports on the side of Liquid, and Rubik, as we saw, he did steal the Purification nice and early, so Kuro, a very happy man. Toss in.
Oh, Purification.
The lift.
Kuro, they pull him. There's going to be the chase, trying to get anything out. Purification and Repel, but Guardian Angel also needs... Did they break his TP with that net? He doesn't find a way out of there. He might be in trouble. They're not going to chase. Everybody rotated in.
They forced a lot of reactions, and now they force GA as well.
Yeah.
So
they're going to instead decide to push because there's nothing really online to stop them.
yeah, there's no Disruptor ulti is the big one. Sand King does have ult, but that's more of a hero that relies on the Blink Dagger to get that big ulti off. Engaging onto Chalice.
He might get level 6 off of all these reloads. They kill, they turn it back around. GH went right into hell, but they might still be able to find this kill here onto Maybe. Now he's going to be able to walk away. X-Nova does have 6 now. This is a great setup. If they can find Miracle, Static Storm, maybe thinking about going down. They drop it onto his head, and they find the kill. Great play there as well from LGD. Mind Control caught on the right of the edge of the kinetic field. Avalanche trying to make this happen. The Purification, they turn it around with another Purification, and Rubik is eventually going to be able to make that happen, but will be punished. LGD again striking back. Another Purification from Kuro, stealing Burrow Strike, but it's not enough.
Just shy on mana for that Burrow. He almost was able to get FY. A little bit of an ambitious relocate by Liquid there, but LGD in the perfect position to punish that. X-Nova and Maybe. X-Nova in that tree line getting the kinetic field on multiple heroes, but Maybe getting those clutch rages out. He also used 14 tread swaps during that fight on the Shadow Fiend. Very impressive.
Wow. Sure that those were all purposeful. As Miracle again going to push towards mid and blink out before the Shadow Fiend gets within range.
That was nice patience by X-Nova too. He had the ulti and he held it for a moment, just letting Miracle get a little bit more over cocky and then using it on him.
Yeah, it should be noted as well that before that fight, X-Nova had 500 net worth and now at 1450 off of one engagement.
It was a big fight for LGD.
He's almost got himself Arcanes actually off of that one.
See the build coming out from Ame here? Not going for the diffuser, he's going for SNY.
Wow.
So he wants to be a little bit more stat heavy and tanky, being able to chase down and just straight up fight versus the vert through that Lycan Tiny.
Is there anything that you really lose out on by not having that diffusal blade in this type of a game?
A lot of damage.
Okay.
You lose out on a lot of damage because then your illusions are pretty insignificant. You do more damage, but you probably do a little bit less, but your illusions do way, way less. Liquid. Going for the dive. They want this tier 2 here.
Oh my god, they're all there. The vision, they might not realize that they're all coming in as Mind Control throws out the Avalanche onto 2. They get him as well. Sonic Wave, it's onto 2 of them as well. Chalice is low, but they're starting to bring in the rest of them. There's the Static Storm down, and Matumba Man controlled for the moment. 1 raise, 2 raise, connects onto them. Kuro is going to fall here, but they've already lost the Sand King and the Omnia and the Disruptor and pretty much everybody. Requiem, it's almost there. No, the Avalanche from Mind Control saving the day, and they get the relocate out. Matumba Man still living. GH, they want to take down that Pesquiaio, and he is eventually going to fall. They bomb back on the Sand King. He wants to get back into this. He does connect there. Matumba Man falling. Miracle, can he do enough? He takes down another. Triple kill for Ame, but he is going to fall nonetheless. And FY scouted out, ran down, Burrow Strike. He might still keep going for this. Miracle never is going to stop. They get that kill. Double for him. LGD still fighting this. X-Nova TP's in. He wants to find this kill here as well. And with Chalice in the area, Glimpse, they pull back Miracle. They try to kill him. Are they going to get him? He's bottling. He's living. Blink. He wants to kill him. X-Nova, he blinks away. The Miracle, it's not going to happen.
Gets him.
Oh my god, Miracle. Is he going to live through this? No.
He's going to
There's no way. There's no way. How does he get out?
Those tread swaps were really clutch actually from Miracle there. Switching to strength treads during the all engagement.
Uh-oh, no, maybe. He's thinking about going back in. Miracle, tempting fate.
Miracle wants him. He wants to go in. Oh, he's going to go back this time.
Yeah, that's the call off. We don't need to do it. Kuro's chasing though. Mind Control is here also. They get into range. They want to toss somebody forward for this one.
This fight has been going on for like 3 minutes around this tier 2. Liquid just constantly wanting to keep the aggression up, keeping LGD on their toes. Not letting them slow down the pace at all.
Yeah.
Miracle, is that I think that's a full Orchid finished up on that Queen. It is a full Orchid at 15 minutes on Miracle here.
I can't believe he got out from there.
That was... It looked like the Omni Knight could actually have healed one of the creeps and maybe burst him down, but he went to heal the Disruptor.
Right.
So it was maybe a slight little play there coming out, but either way, clutch little man up coming out from Miracle. Them just having that sentry behind the tower is really what allowed him to get the Sand King and just keep fighting constantly.
Yeah, they're going to get a couple of D wards here though, for sure, as no way you take that fight for that long without some kind of vision. 5,000 net worth lead right now for Liquid. How does this compare to, oh no, there's the reveal of the Orchid and Miracle. Sonic Wave, it connects. He's going to die to that one.
Yeah.
Nice little trip back to his side of the map. Man.
Now they might know that there's a ward there now, just from that aggressive blink. But
how does this compare to last game in the Lone Druid who was taking over as... Oh yeah, I can't even say it. There's Requiem, maybe gonna make it happen. Mind Control only brought down to half HP from that one, and the rest of the team showing up, that's gonna end up being a dead Omni Knight. They steal Repel before he gets away and maybe Chased is gonna die. It's all falling apart for LGD. Kuro, they even get the stun on the lift back. He repels himself so he doesn't take damage. The rest of his team has left Kuro all alone, but it almost doesn't matter. And now the lift, they're going to have it not quite in time, and yeah, it was 10 seconds away. I thought he'd used it earlier.
the build coming out from Kuro is actually letting them do a lot more damage burst-wise. You see he has the max no field and only 1 in lift.
Wow.
To amplify the damage from both the Tiny and the Queen of Pain. Really making a good amount of difference. But this tankiness coming out from Liquid, they're just withstanding through the damage coming out from LGD. And like we were saying, not slowing down at all. Not giving LGD the time to farm that Blink Dagger on the Sanking, which would really enable them to take those fights easier.
Kuro is starting to fall to this one, and
He's dead.
Eventually it goes down. But nonetheless, 17 to 25, LGD backed up at this point.
Got 42 kills in 17 minutes. Like, this is actually absurd.
This is a ridiculous game. That fight down bottom, it just kept on going, and I guess all of it. 15 minutes in, they're moving again towards bottom. Sand King just trying to farm stuff up there, but with Lycan in the area.
I mean, they're really just not letting the Sand King get that Blink Dagger. Disruptor gets picked off very quickly by Miracle.
It just happens in an instant. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So far ahead. He's got that level 15 attack speed talent on top of Tread's Orchid. Does a lot of right-click damage with that Queen of Pain now too. LGD, they need to be able to get those fights when they're all kind of grouped up, but Liquid's not letting them really do that group up because they do have good team fight with the Sand King, with Omni, Disruptor, a Shadow Fiend. There is a huge amount of fight potential, but yeah, the split up by Liquid is just a bit too fast at the moment.
Where D-Ward's going, trying to limit that vision to the best of their ability. I think Matumba Man as well does have that Necro Book level 3, so when they pop that, yeah, they're quite farmed. The Shadow Fiend is feeling really killed in this game right now.
Yeah, he's starting to fall a bit behind, honest. And the PL though is keeping up. Ame is you know, he's up there. He's very close to Miracle's net worth, and he's gonna have Diffusal online in the next few moments. Level 16 as well on PL.
Couple of talents working for him.
Yep.
X-Nova, maybe. Yeah, he realizes that it's just an illusion, so.
Uh-oh.
Possibly going to get baited into a problem, though. Kill an illusion, we kill you. There was a relocate used as well.
He was probably trying to see if anyone was sitting behind that Disruptor.
Gotcha. GH is going to head away. FY.
He's got the Blink Dagger.
All right.
It's going to be a key for them to try to get these fights.
Dota 2 time. He gets to play now.
Yeah.
So what are they looking to do with this Blink Dagger now? Is it just wait for a good defense opportunity, or can they... It's really hard to get aggressive in this game, isn't it?
Because it's Liquid on the aggressive. That's probably the most part why. But yeah, they're probably going to have to play a little bit more defensive with that Blink. Maybe fight around the Roche Pit with an Epi. That's probably the biggest one. I think if Liquid sees Epicenter go off elsewhere, they're going to go straight into the Roche Pit.
Maybe waiting as well for the PL top lane.
Did they end up catching him? No, he's getting the TP out. He all smoked up.
Matumba Man, they run into him. Burrow Strike, nicely played. That's everything dropped on Matumba Man. They get that kill.
Very nicely done. As soon as they get the Blink, they get themselves a very, very high worth.
Just that vision. You know, it's so important to be able to spot those heroes out.
Can they get anything out of it, though? They want to be able to get at least a tower off of a kill like that. Otherwise, the kills without objectives aren't really that value.
Looking at least for now like they need to wait for a creep wave before they can get mid. And Liquid will have Shapeshift back off cool, or rather because he didn't use it at all.
Once he's back alive, yeah. LGD's not going to be able to claim an advantage off of that. Just some net worth, some farming it that they can get once the like instead, not a tower. Miracle almost going to have that Linken's finished up. See a couple big items being picked up on both sides.
So I remember last game it felt like there was this, you know, looming threat of LGD becoming almost unstoppable with the Storm Spirit and the PL. Is it a similar type of game with this PL here?
Not so much this game because Liquid has that tri-core running for them. They have this Tiny who can stand toe-to-toe versus the PL if he gets items online. And then Lycan as well can kind of eat him, and they have good ways to clear the illusions out with these heroes. So this time, it is not that easy, but they do have that team fight aspect.
Right.
With Omni Knight, with Disruptor, and Sand King.
Taking good fights to key back into this one for LGD. Oh, Liquid. I mean, their tier 2 tower assaulted. They do have the Lincoln Sphere, like you said, on that Queen of Pain.
Much harder for him to go down now. Blocking that burrow, blocking glimpse.
And a movement towards mid. They have any smokes or anything? It doesn't look like it, but Matumba Man is over there. Mid lane as well. Does have Necrobook level 3, thinking about going here on to maybe the rest of the heroes are in the area and maybe realizing that this is not quite possible. They do have the Purge for GA if they need it, but no, it's just not going to happen.
Oh, just take, gets a ward. He spotted that a bunch of heroes were there. If it was maybe just one, oh man, bottom.
Oh, that's really rough. And I mean, that's so easy to happen over and over again. There's Smokeness though is moving forward. He wants to get GH. He's not going to head it though. Have a toss, the turn. They get the relocate out. The glimpse really well played there. Mind control, invis, but now he's going to be Yule Sceptered up. Requiem comes out. It's down to half HP. They try and find the kill and they will get it.
Very nice glimpse by X-Nova.
All right. LGD pulls something together there and managed to get a kill in return.
That was a very quick smoke rotation coming out from LGD. No hesitation. As soon as they see the aggression bottom, smoke run down there. They get themselves a nice pick.
Fly and Chalice sitting together in the mid lane with all of Liquid up on the high ground here. And now they're wrapping around onto maybe yet again Miracle looking. Gonna find him. Can they get anything done? It's a lot of damage. Yule Scepter. The turnaround is coming though. Burrow Strike. They get the stun only onto GH. Epicenter is out there as well. So this IO is gone, but so too is the Sand King. And now they find themselves FY kill possibly. Chalice wants to save him. The repel is stolen, and now they repel up Miracle. He's gonna chase this one. X-Nova in trouble and gone yet again.
Level 20 on Queen of Pain this early on. He's now got the spell Lifesteal. This man is going to be really hard to bring down from the side of LGD. I thought that I saw maybe actually getting the BKB in this instance, but I know that he has the repel, so he just decided to go for stats S and Y. But definitely hurting him a bit once he just gets ran at by these heroes on the side of Liquid.
So tough to do.
Yeah.
And Roche just goes down in a heartbeat, it feels like. Miracle is incredibly farmed right now. And, well, with this tier 2 tower in mid lane, it feels like that might be the option for him, or maybe just farm up a little bit more.
Liquid splitting them up. Again, like, they're not letting them take those 5v5 engagements. They're just doing like these 3-man rotations, forcing reaction, going elsewhere on the side of the on the other side of the map with the IO relocate. It is looking quite tough for LGD to get those head-on engagements.
Tiny is there mid, Kuro hanging out nearby him. They're thinking about, I guess, just continuing to farm up the entire enemy side of the map. I mean, that's the thing really for Liquid. You mentioned there's a tri-core, they're in no hurry.
They're happy to farm this. I saw the line drawn by Kuro. He was definitely like, someone push out bottom, the rest of us just farm up the map. The other two lanes are in a pretty good position. They just saw Omni Knight heading toward top, so they're probably assuming that majority, if not all of LGD's up there. So they're gonna claim the bottom side of the map as their own.
Sand King just now picked up a gem as well. They do not want to try and smoke or make any play with the possibility of wolves being around them.
Exactly. Especially, and also the wolves, of course, the wolves are the big one, and they just lost like a big advantage on the map, so trying to clear some of that vision out.
Mind control's moving in.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Want something. Find a kill there though. All mid lane where the tier 2 tower is going to be pushed and taken. Really hard to get any split push going the opposite direction.
Yeah. It's always scary playing versus an IO lineup and you're trying to split push. That's how you start getting picked off very heavily.
Yeah. Granted, they do have Disruptor, which can sometimes disrupt the fights, but Mechanism on IO right now, 25 minutes in, and again, they're going to go for that Blink Dagger on Ame.
They want to, I mean, it's a little bit similar to last game, but they want to pierce the back lines, and they want to kill GH. Just like when he was Coddle, they focused him heavily. Yeah. It's going to be a similar instance to that.
Yeah, he's been pretty much the one to die. 1 and 8 and 19. Yep. All of his deaths have felt like they've meant something pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say Similar a little bit for Xnova. He's been punished a little bit more on this poor Disruptor, but it's going to be the nature of it when you're getting ran at by this side of Liquid and you're playing defensively. They can't really get too aggressive.
GH just bullying them back with the spirits as well. But now they're moving forward.
Liquid is suffocating them quite a lot right now. They're farming majority of the map, and LGD is just stuck in their base. They got to make some kind of move here.
Literally, they sat on that high ground for like 2 minutes while Liquid just farmed. And now a smoke play. Again, it's GH the one that's sort of
catch here.
Controls in vision. Repel forward. They're going for GH. This is the man they want. FY gets a Burrow Strike onto 2. They relocate away. GH completely alone right now. Sonic Wave. SK is gone. Kuro ends up stealing GA. Had Repel already. Waiting for it right now. There's the turnaround. Kuro not dying for that. Avatar. Again, it happens. They take down the Shadow Fiend. They're all dead.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Liquid. GG's called. That's it. They can't handle it.
That felt like the desperation smoke. They were just like, we are falling further and further behind. We need to get a big fight coming out here, but Liquid all in position for that one.
Man.
Wow, that was a brutal performance coming out from Liquid. They played that game incredibly fast-paced. They did not let LGD get back into it. They got as soon as they got the Sand King Blink,